Welcome back, guys. In this video, I want to show you how to update a product. So the idea is I want to show you how to be able to click on this edit button and send the user to a new page which would allow them to edit the product. Okay, this will be a series of videos. We will start off on the front end and move our way to the back end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. We are going to start off by working on the button, all right, the specific button right here, and add a URL or a link. We're going to change the button to a link so that way it can navigate to a new page. All right, so the way we're going to do that is go to this card component here, which has our edit button, as you can see here. Now, because we are going to be doing some routing with React, we're going to have to change it from a button to a link. Okay, and that means we're going to have to import that. Import link from React router DOM. All right, next step, going to our link. Everything else is going to stay the same. Our attributes, the type and the class name. We're just going to add a to attribute, and we're going to start off with some backticks. And the reason being is because we're going to use some JavaScript here. So this URL is going to go to admin edit product / and then here is where we're going to pass product._id. Okay, so this URL will take us to the new component, but we need this ID specifically for the product that we click on to know exactly what is it that we're trying to edit. So each of these here, if I click edit for this one, it's gonna have the ID for the turkey burger. If I click on the edit for here, it's gonna have the ID, product ID for the veggie burger, and so on and so on. So we need to have that. All right, so that's taken care of. So mark this off. Next step is add route for a new component. So we're gonna have to go to our component, which is handling all of our routes, and that's in the app.js. This will be an admin route. So we will copy this and we'll change the path and change this to, we called it admin. It was admin edit product and its parameter. And to do the parameter here, we do a colon and then pass the name of the parameter that we want. This could be any name we want. I'm calling it product ID because I feel it's very explicit as far as the type of ID. It is a product ID, okay? But just know that you can have it anything you want. Just know that if you do name it this, when you go to try to extract this from the component later on, you're gonna have to call it by this name as well, whatever you call it here. All right, so that's taken care of. Also, the component is going to be admin edit product. All right, that would be the name of the component. So let's go ahead and create this component, new file, call it admin edit product.js. I just realized that I called this, it was, wait, did I admin edit product? Okay, it was correct. All right, good. So admin edit product, open up right here. It's empty right now. Good. So now we have to import this admin edit product right in here. So let's go ahead and copy and paste, and I'm just going to call this admin edit product and admin edit product. All right. Now let's go ahead with the basic skeleton structure for our component, and I will use my React snippet extension to do these shortcuts. Let's see if I can remember it. I think it was RSC, was it? Yes, that's what it was. There you go. Well, actually, as a matter of Yes, you know what? Yeah, let's do it like this because we're going to test to make sure that we're even that we got to this point. So right now I'm going to do inside admin edit product. Save that. Okay. So now if I click on, if I say click on this turkey burger, look, I'm redirected, and look inside admin edit product, and pay attention to the URL here. Look at this right here is the product ID for this specific turkey burger or the product, and look at the last four in particular. So it's 1382. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna click on different product. This one's 1383. I'm gonna go back, click on another product, and look at the last four for here, 1384. So you see each one has its own unique product ID. That's the product ID we're gonna need to later on make a request to the backend to pull the data specifically for that product and pre-fill the form with for that product, and then from that point on we can edit the product in whichever way we want. Okay, all right, so where were we at? Okay, so we were able to test and we see that we're navigating here. All right, good. So we're off to a good start. All right, so we did add route for new component, create admin product component. Just starting off, we tested. All right, so let's go ahead and set up this admin edit component. All right, but before we get there, I want to let me go a little deeper into how we're gonna get this product ID. Let me take care of this right now. So there are going to be two possible ways. There's probably even more, but I'm going to show you two ways in which you can extract this product ID from this component so we can make use of it. All right, I'm going to show you the two possible ways. Let me close up this app.js and close up this card. All right, so we're going here. All right, the first way, which I'm not going to do, I'm going to do it like this. So we're going to do option number 1. All right, so option number 1, so const, I'm going to do product ID equals, and we are going to use something called use params. Now, use params is available to us from React Router DOM. So let me show you. Import use params from React Router DOM. And then I'm going to console log product ID here. Okay, so I'm going to console log this so you can see. I'm going to open up my console. Let me bring this to the bottom. All right, open the console. There we go. All right, so let's go back here. So I'm going to click on this. Let me clear this up. All right, so I'm going to click on this turkey burger, click edit, and look at this. All right, you see product ID and it gives the product ID. All right, if I go back, click on the next one, same thing, but it gives me the product ID for the other one. All right, so that's option number 1. All right, and that's using React Router DOM use params. All right, and I'm going to show you option number 2, which is the approach I'm going to use here. Now, because we are using this component, anytime you use a component, in this admin, I'm using this component here inside your routing. So we are using this as a route over here. So anytime you do this, you have a component that you make use of as a route, such as in this case, automatically we get access to a property called match. And let me show you. So here, if I do props, and I'm going to, let me comment this out here. I'm going to console log props. Console log props. And if I click on turkey burger, all right, we get this object here. If you look at in the console, And you see there's three properties: history, location, and match. So match is what we want. And inside match, we have a property called params. And look at params. Params has this product ID, and then it gives us our product ID. So again, it gives us the same thing, the same information we need as when we did with React Router DOM. But this one's already made available to us because we're using the routing with React. So I'm going to use this. All right. But I just wanted to show you two different approaches, so that way if you didn't know, you can use whatever you think is a better approach. All right, so let me go ahead and close that up, and I will. So the way we're going to do that is, so I'm just going to destructure this though. I'm just going to destructure the match property from the props and uncomment this here, but instead of using use params and doing match params, match params and then product ID. There we go. Almost forgot. And then let me make sure product ID. Let me delete this use params from React Router DOM because we're not going to use that. All right, there we go. So I'm getting my product ID right there. Perfect. All right, so there we go. So now we had grabbed onto our parameter in the URL.